This is a response to Nicotine 2's video called something like Objective Secular Morality, some combination of those three words, where he's arguing about, well, he's arguing in favour of moral realism, which I'll have to find out more about, Nick. But it seems to me that, and this may be really naive, it seems to me that when we talk about subjectivity and we say, well, morality must be subjective, it is just subjective. If you take God out of the equation to provide the kind of high ground on which we can plant the flag of our objective morality, if we take that from the equation, then it's a level playing field. Everyone's morality is equal to everybody else's. We can all fight it out, and there's no absolutes. There's no moral objectivity. When people are saying that, they often say it's subjective. Subjective being a kind of stand-in for relative, as I say, or up for grabs, or indeterminable. But I don't think it is really, because I think we have to consider what it means to be a subject. What it means to be a subject. Because subjects really exist in the world. I mean, they may well be at least partially socially constructed. They may well be the products of firings of neurons in the brain. They may well be an evanescent epiphenomena emerging from an embodied consciousness. Whatever they are, there's no denying that they exist in the world. They certainly exist every bit as much as quarks and protons and magnets and clouds of gas and all the rest of the stuff that exists in the world. And we have these properties as subjects. Subjects have properties every bit as real as other properties, it seems to me. We can argue about what those are, and I think we are probably in the nascent stages of defining what those characteristics are and codifying them properly. But we clearly do exist, and one of the dimensions, one of the property dimensions we exist upon, is the dimension of suffering and flourishing, pleasure and pain, which you identify, Nick. All of us suffer, all of us feel pain, all of us have joys, all of us have moments of flourishing. We might vary according to what floats our particular boat and what presses those buttons, but the fact that they exist is undeniable. And in fact, as subjects, we would probably not exist if it wasn't for those things. In the same way that a magnet wouldn't exist if it didn't have poles, you know what I mean? We probably need those things to form this stuff called subjectivity anyway. I'm pretty sure we do. So to say that that something is only subjective, I think negates the fact, or just ignores the fact, that subjects are things, and we exist as objective entities in the world, every bit as much as magnets and the rest. So when we talk to each other about our subjectivity, about our pains and pleasures and our moralities that we may base that on, what kind of a conversation is this? I mean, it seems to me it's like two magnets talking to one another about their polarities. One talking about the North Pole and the South Pole, and one talking about its South Pole and its North Pole, and saying, yeah, this is all very interesting, but it's just relative because we're just magnets, and this is just a conversation about our magnetism. It's nothing to do with the real world, objective world outside of magnetism. Or it's to do with, like, protons talking about their spin. Some of us have got this spin, some of us have got this spin. But that's just a proton thing, it's nothing to do with the objective world. Clouds of hot gas arguing about the temperature that they're at, and then saying, it's a stupid argument this, because it's purely a cloud of hot gas thing. And clouds of hot gas have no objective existence, it's just clouds of hot gas. So it seems to me we're in the same kind of ballpark when we're talking about our subjectivity, and the claim that we have that morality is necessarily subjective. Subjects are objects, aren't they? Subjects are things in the world. Subjects have objective existence. We can point to them, we can prick them and watch them bleed.